Welcome to my first airport review for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we will be reviewing FSDreamTeam's Vancouver International. I have found that with airports, the biggest question I always want to see answered is how much of an improvement are they over the default scenery? And to that end, I will be providing a side-by-side comparison of the payware scenery with the default. FSDreamTeam's scenery is on the left, and the default scenery is on the right. This was a very early launch in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it lives up to what we expect from FSDreamTeam. Downloading and installing the scenery was a breeze with the automated installer. Just run the self-installer and ensure it is correctly pointed at your community package folder, and the installer will do everything else. As has been the case with their previous scenery lines for FSX and P3D, FSDreamTeam's installation includes the FSDreamTeam Live Update utility. This standalone utility will automatically download any updates to all of your FSDreamTeam products, the same as it did in the FSX P3D era. You just have to remember to run it periodically, as there is no other notification when an update is ready to be downloaded. Pros: highly detailed buildings. What can I say? FSDreamTeam has decades of experience and fantastic model-making skills, and it shows on a number of buildings around the airport. The terminal looks very slick, complete with a transparent interior that even has airport concessions and passengers lined up at certain gates. Numerous other airport buildings are modeled with a high level of detail, including the multiple FBOs in the general aviation area to the south, the cargo area, and even the ground run-up enclosure. Up to date. It is hard for me to do a review of this airport without comparing it to FSDreamTeam's previous iteration of Vancouver for FSX and P3D. The older version has become quite outdated now, around 7 or 8 years old, and new areas of the airport terminal have since been completed. All these new areas are finally represented in our simulators, and it's nice to have an airport that is completely up to date. Value. FSDreamTeam has hopped on board with the Microsoft Flight Simulator will be a large market philosophy. Their Vancouver scenery is about 65% cheaper than their previous releases in the P3D platform, which is a bigger cut than any other developer that I am aware of. However, they have not sacrificed value, providing a scenery package that feels generally complete, detailed, and very much worth the money they ask. Cons: lower gate clutter. I honestly had a hard time finding things not to like about this scenery, especially considering the low price point. The biggest issue I had with this scenery overall is the very tidy look of this airport. While all the buildings look great, what is missing overall is a lot of clutter around the airport itself. Vehicles, baggage carts, belt loaders, tow bars, and other items clutter up a typical airport, but there was very little of this around. The airport therefore lacks that lived-in and used look. Lack of traffic on roads around the airport. This is similar to the last point. There are some busy streets that lead to and from the airport. While default Microsoft Flight Simulator roads have random vehicle traffic upon them, the roads around Vancouver were not flagged as roads properly for the simulator, and so again the airport appears lifeless without vehicle traffic on these roads near the airport. Missing VGDS. As I said, it was hard for me to find many criticisms here of the scenery, but I do miss the automated docking systems that worked so well in the old version of Vancouver. Doubtless this is a technology limitation at this point, but I don't have much else negative to say about the scenery overall. FSDreamTeam has spent years developing the reputation as a developer of very high-quality airport scenery and add-ons. Their Vancouver scenery from Microsoft Flight Simulator is no exception. FSDreamTeam has once again delivered a detailed, high-quality airport, and considering how far they have cut their prices, this scenery is a fantastic value that will make flying one of the most beautiful corners of North America very worthwhile. FSDreamTeam Vancouver is priced at $9.99 US and is available on the FSDreamTeam website, SimMarket, or through the Flight Simulator Marketplace.